Yes, you're in the video. Oh my gosh, I'm recording.
You're recording? Oops. Why is this open?
Because I need the good lighting for my face.
You're a good lighting. Alright, let's go.
I just told you I'm recording. We can't go yet. Go do your own thing, please. Hey guys, it's your girl Kiri and I am back for another video. First of all, I want to apologize for certain things. One,
why is it that whenever I do a video, there's always some new pimple popping out somewhere?
at first it was on this side, and then it was on this side, and then now a little bit up there, which this took a while to come out.
I'm just glad that it's not even that monstrous like in my previous videos.
I do expect that probably in the next upcoming weeks, if I do upload stuff, and my face looks like a pizza with like lots of pepperonis, it's the masks, okay? And then second of all,
if you do hear some cocomelon in the background, do excuse me because it's the only thing that's going to keep my kid a little bit happy and get me enough time to do this video.
today is such a really fun day. I'm filming this on Thanksgiving Day. I originally planned to just do my makeup with my favorite foundation and all that kind of stuff.
And just talk about the Bite Beauty foundation and tell you guys what I think of it. But then I thought you really need to see a demo. So I decided that I'm going to do my demo today and show you how the foundation is. So
currently, I do have the Bite Beauty Changemaker Supercharged Micellar foundation in L35 in my face right now,
which is a pretty good match. Kind of, it's a little bit yellow and I'm a little bit more neutral, but the L40 was a little too dark.
So I'm gonna talk about all these things in a bit, also show you what the foundation looks like and then my overall thoughts and things like that. Straight from the Sephora website, it tells us that first of all, it does have that Sephora clean sticker, which means it's free from parabens, phthalates, sulfates, formaldehyde, things that are known to be currently bad for your skin. They eliminated that. What it is a clean, long-wearing foundation fueled by nourishing antioxidant-rich maqui berry for a lightweight, natural finish that feels good on the skin. They say that it has a medium coverage and it has a natural finish, and it's a liquid formula, and it's for normal, dry, combination, and oily. Basically, anybody and everybody can use it. The highlighted ingredients that makes it special is that maqui berry, which is full of antioxidants, so you're getting that skincare benefits while you're wearing foundation. Also, the micellar technology, which helps kind of give you a nice natural finish. They did a study too.
100% of users agreed that the foundation feels fresh. 97% of users agreed it's easy to blend. 97% of users agreed this foundation applies smoothly. So
it is up to you whether or not you want to believe that research or all the other people's reviews, but this is just my personal thoughts, my personal feelings on this product, okay? You don't like what I say, then I'm sorry.
I am just giving out my opinion on it, so please don't get hurt.
How to use it: you just take the foundation, dot it all over your face, and then for best results is just to use your fingers or a brush, build coverage with fingers on places that need it.
And then again, we already talked about the ingredients. You can check the Sephora website if you want to see every single one and if you have OCD like that.
Okay, so when this first came out, I was actually really excited because I have always been a huge fan of Bite Beauty's lip products, and that is because apparently all the ingredients and everything that they use is completely edible, and
their formulation in their lip stuff is amazing. It is creamy, it is hydrating, even their matte stuff doesn't even feel drying, long lasting. Everything that you want in lips is there.
it's perfect. And
Sephora sale happened, and so I was like, this is the best time for me to be purchasing and trying the foundation.
now the shade range, they have this many shades. I will research it later.
It's a little bit complicated. They have it in L's for the lights, and then so like L10, L15, L20, and then M for the mediums, and then
D for deep or darker. Honestly, I don't think there's an easy way to see how it progresses, like if the even numbers are cool or if the ones that end in 5 is automatically a neutral. You just have to go through the website, or you have to go look at the little bar thing at Sephora and go based on the color, and even if you do that, it's still gonna come out different.
And so it's so hard to test things right now with COVID going on, so yeah, that was a problem for me.
And I'm telling you, I struggled with finding
My color, I mean, even till now, I feel like I don't have the right color. This is a little bit yellow on me in comparison to my neck. And then the next one down is a little too dark. And then the next one up, that is a neutral, is coming out gray. And so
So I'm gonna be straight up with you. Obviously, I'm sure you could already tell that I'm not a fan of this foundation. I genuinely contemplated whether or not I was gonna put it on today.
It pisses me off when I put it on. I'm just like not happy with it. And I said, oh, do I really want to deal with that? Should I just like do a straight review and just tell them what I think of it without doing a demo? But you know, I just had to do a demo and get that out of the way before I return these or just give it to my mom.
Today is the last day that I'm wearing this foundation, okay?
And you know, that may change later on if they change the formula or whatever, or if maybe I hit my head and I forget everything about this foundation.
So now let me swatch the foundation for you and show you what it looks like. Take the L35 and show you. This is the L35. Let's take the L40, which is right here. There you go.
And trust me, it looks like I should have gone with the L40, but it ends up coming out too dark. I promise you. And then the L35, it oxidizes and it starts to blend in properly, but it's kind of too yellow. Ugh. So in my hands, I have both the L35 and 40. I have already swatched them, and I think it's best to go with the L35 just because it's a slightly better match. I have heard that the brush applies it much better than a sponge, and I did try it too, and I did like the brush better. So we're gonna do that. I also have noticed that if I use a primer, and most of the time I use a Tatcha Silk Canvas, this foundation does not work well with it at all. Like, it just starts falling apart and breaking down and just moving around. So I did not use that primer today. Let me spray my face. And then just that should be good for now.
Do you notice how it's like moving?
And it's leading to some areas being thicker than other areas.
So that's frustrating.
And you know, I have worked with this brush before and it's not naturally streaky, but this formula is just not the best. It's definitely coming out kind of streaky. And in my first impressions of the brush, I did not get any streaks, so I'm pretty sure it's the foundation. It's the only thing that changed. That NARS foundation didn't do it. Now I'm going over it again and again, and in the end it's kind of thinning out the foundation and not giving me coverage, and I'm like, okay.
Yeah, there's streaks. There's like, oh, it's hard to see, but there's lines for sure.
It's not flawless. I know in the video it kind of looks okay, but not at all when you look at it with the mirror.
I have gone over this nose part so many times, and do you see that line? This. Okay? That's exactly what I'm saying. But you have a lot of that in little details all over my face.
And you know what? I can go over it again and again, and it's not gonna get better. Ugh. I hate this. Okay, I am gonna go ahead and finish the rest of my makeup and come back and tell you everything.
So, now that my makeup is completely done, and you saw how I put it on, this is the final look with that foundation, but of course I used the finishing and setting powder on top. But yeah, this is the finish. So many things to talk about with this foundation. And first of all, let's talk about the good stuff. The good stuff is it is supposedly clean, so they tried to eliminate all the known and bad stuff for your skin, so that's good. I'm always all for clean products. I also like that they tried to put some good skincare stuff in there. I'm all about mixing skincare with makeup and making things better for your skin. So to put the Makai or Masai berry, God, I'm probably saying it wrong, and their micellar technology, that is awesome. It feels light. It doesn't feel heavy at all in the skin. Price is actually $39.50, which isn't too bad. It is a little bit pricey. I mean, for its performance, but I mean for their attempt to be clean and all that, I could see why. And now on to the bad. So first, let's talk about the difficulty with the shades. I really struggled with the shades. I think I've made so many Sephora trips just trying to find the perfect shade for me, and that's annoying. I'm a little bit neutral with a slight touch of yellow. I had such high expectations. I tried L20, L25, L30, L35, and L40, okay?
I've tried them all.
L20 is like on the fair side. L20 is like really fair with warm undertones.
That was too fair for me, so that didn't work out.
It did not blend with my neck. L25 is light with a warm golden undertone.
Matched a little bit more, but it was still a little bit too light.
L30 was like the right lightness, but
it came out like kind of grayish and had a gray tone on my face.
L35,
Light with a warm peach undertone, but it actually is like
warm peach. What the heck does that even mean? It was coming out very yellow, okay? Because right now I have that on my face and it's a lot more yellow than my neck. It's just really hard to see with this makeup. The L40 over here is the light with a neutral undertone, which
I thought, since it's the next one down, that it's gonna take away that yellowness and it'll be the right thing, but in the end it was too dark.
So that was just frustrating, and I have just come to the conclusion none of the shades is gonna be for me. And it is what it is. Another thing, it does oxidize.
Even if like the L30s and L40s seem to be like the right kind of lightness, about like 3 hours into the day, it looks a lot darker.
I mean, I guess I could go with the L25 and then wait 3 hours for it to adjust and then go out and then be like, okay, now I look good. But like, it's just too inconvenient.
It wasn't even me that noticed it. My husband was like, you look a little bit darker than usual today. Like, your face looks darker. So,
yeah.
the shades, the colors, it's just, I didn't work well with it. I'm sure other people probably did, but for me personally, it was a no-no.
Another thing I want to talk about is the formula.
It was like streaky. I have tried it both beauty blender and brush and even my fingers just to see which one applies the best.
And I struggled with all of them.
Honestly, the brush had like the best application, but it was still kind of like streaky and I had to go over it again and again. And even if I was going over it again and again, there was still like lines.
And I'm like, oh, why? This is too much work. So.
And then with the beauty blender, it kind of like disappeared. And then with my fingers, it just did not look good.
I don't know why. Maybe I'm just like, I just have bad luck with this. I don't know anymore. Now let's talk about the finish. It's supposed to be a
medium coverage, but this was not medium at all. And I don't think that it's buildable, because when you do, it gets streaky. How can you possibly build it when it's streaky?
I'm frustrated.
It's not medium. I mean, for my pimples to still by it kind of showing through, I don't think it's medium. It's definitely probably more of a light coverage.
They lied. Finish is definitely natural, but I think it's confusing. It's
slightly more matte than natural, but then after like a few hours, it's not dewy, but more like oily and falling apart.
It is so hard to explain.
When they say that it's for all kinds of skin type, I don't think
any of them would be obsessed with this.
Oily skin would love that matte finish, but they expect that matte finish to be matte all 12 to 24 hours. They need it long wearing, and this is not long wearing at all.
Maybe that was just me. Maybe that's just me. Maybe for other people it was good. Dry people aren't gonna love it either.
At the beginning, it feels more matte, and then you have to wait like a couple hours for it for your natural oils to start coming out. Even my mom was confused. She was like, I don't really know if I like it. It just feels like so dry on the side that she put it on, and on the other side where she didn't have anything, it was obviously more hydrated.
It wasn't just me.
Maybe it's just my family that can't work with it.
I mean, I am a huge fan of the brand in general, but this foundation just wasn't it for me.
I just ended up getting so frustrated with it every time I worked with it. And trust me, I've given it so many different chances to fall in love with it, or to even be like, okay, it's all right. But I just can't.
See, even talking about it, I'm already like frustrated. Oh, and also this just did not work with any of my favorite products, so I don't know how I can possibly love it, because I don't want to throw away all my favorites.
It can't work well with a touch of silk. It just like starts to clump and fall apart, and just did not look good. And I am obsessed with that primer. So, and it also doesn't work well with my Hourglass finishing powder or the setting powder. It just gets cakey and weird, and I love those powders because I am obsessed with the technology and how good it makes my skin look, and with that, it didn't happen. So that's a no. So here are my overall thoughts. I definitely did not like it. I think I'm gonna give it a C. It was not for me. I also didn't like the finish. It was not long wearing. I don't ever think I'll find myself reaching out for this foundation and wanting to wear it. It's not gonna last me an entire shift, and as a nurse, I need something that's gonna last an entire shift of me running back and forth, getting sweaty, but at the same time, not feeling like drying my skin.
It does not hold up. It's not a finish that I'm crazy about. It's like, I'm one of those that like I need one or the other. Like either give me nice matte flawless, or give me pretty and dewy, or give me like light and super natural.
Like this one was just, I'm so disappointed. I think it's because I had really high expectations.
Kim brought me crashing down. Please don't let me stop your purchasing this though. Like go ahead, and I think you should still sample it, give it a try, because you just might be one of those people that fall in love with it, because I do know a lot of people are crazy about it and love this foundation. It's just not for me.
I think I've pretty much said everything about it that I possibly can.
I think I'm just gonna stick to my foundations. I do have a lot of foundations, and it depends on like my mood. If I'm wanting something matte for the day, then I grab this one. If I want something that's dewy but still full coverage, then I grab this one. If I want something that's like natural, then I grab this one. So I have my set of favorites, and unfortunately I don't think this one is gonna make it.
Definitely a C for me. And C in my world is not really passing. It's like just barely there.
And I think that is about it. If you have any questions, comment it down below, hit like and subscribe, and I'll see you for some more.